Hey guys, we are back. It is the Daily Chill for June 22nd. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Yesterday, shout out to my dad, shout out to all your guys' dads. I don't know if you guys want to say anything real quick. We're going to be doing top dad bods for the top 5, but it's going to be a top 3 today because we're adopting the 4-box for the Daily Chill. And that means that we have to break it down a little bit. So top 3 will be a thing. Top 3 dad bods later in the episode. How is everyone doing today?
Great day. I'm excited. We just came off Father's Day. Shout out Happy Father's Day to my doc. He's right upstairs. Maybe he'll find his way into the top dad bods. I don't know.
You really got to wonder.
Happy Father's Day to my dad. He's also downstairs right now. I should have put him on my list for top dad bods. If you're watching, Dad, I'll be down for dinner soon.
Yeah, and happy Father's Day to Big Rudy. He's actually on the grill right now. I think he's doing some work outside, but pretty nice dad bod.
Nice. I mean, I guess I have to shout out my dad's dad bod as well. I don't want to leave him out there. He's I'm not with him right now. He's up at the lake, which I think we'll be doing a little reversal there. I'm going to be shooting back up there real soon. So let's get into it. Starting off with America's team, the Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott is going to sign the franchise tender, basically going to get a huge deal for 1 year, and then it'll be back to the drawing board. The real problem right now is the years. Dak really wants to double dip right now. He thinks he's the best, and he wants to get the 4 years and then get another contract for another 4 years. Dallas wants to pay him 5 years. What's your thoughts on it? Start with Driscoll.
I think Dak Prescott is overrated, first of all. I've seen him get his ass kicked in a parking lot in, I believe, Panama City.
Panama City, yeah.
It's a great video if you haven't seen it. Really, I lose a lot of respect for him after seeing that. But I did see him live, and he did look pretty good. But I'm not a Dak Prescott fan. He's going the Kirk Cousins route, trying to make his money, not proving a thing. That's my thoughts on that.
Yeah, I don't blame him for trying to get some money right now. You have to, strike while the iron's hot. Like Mike said, I think he's overrated as well. I don't put him in that top tier of NFL quarterbacks. And so, it's kind of a revolving door with who's going to make the most money each year. It's, what have you done for me lately? And I don't even think, what he's done lately should put him in that same category. So good for him. I'll never knock somebody for trying to get some money. Can't complain about that. Shout out to his agent, get him $31 million this year. But if I'm Jerry Jones, and I'm obviously not Jerry Jones, I don't think I lock him in for that 4-4.
Yeah, let's just go with whatever Driscoll and Icy said, because as a Jets fan, the less I got to talk about football, the better. So let's just leave it at that.
Speaking of, let's get right into the Jets. Jamal Adams, he said he wanted out. He listed 8 teams last week, but now that he was in a parking lot and someone screamed, come to Dallas, and he responds, I'm trying. You just really hate to see it if you're a Jets fan. Nobody wants you. It's embarrassing that this second-tier franchise in New York has to deal with this nonsense all the time. I'm just kidding. Jamal Adams, honestly, is prima donna, but I want to get Iceman's thoughts on it because he is a Jets fan.
Yeah, so I compare this to Mr. Deeds. When he's in the meeting and the Jets quarterback is like talking trash and he just punches him in the face. That's what we need with Jamal Adams right now. I don't want anyone playing for my teams that doesn't want to be there. You don't perform as well if you don't want to be there. So you know what? Get the hell out. I don't care about Jamal Adams. Obviously, he's a good player. He was our, fly guy, kind of like Odell. They had the LSU connection. But they were like the cool guy on the field. I liked what he represented, when he was saying the right things. But now if you don't want to be here, no one's holding you here. Go off to Dallas. Whatever you want to do, I don't care. When we right the ship and the Jets are rolling, I'm not sure when it's going to be, we're going to have the last laugh. So I'm not too worried about Jamal Adams right now.
I'm just thinking about myself in this one. I saw his top 8 teams, and the Patriots weren't listed. which is really embarrassing because typically when someone wants to leave for a good team, we would be on the list. So I feel like we're an afterthought now. He's a great player. If I were the Jets, I would just try to keep him regardless. Did he put the Giants on his list?
No, of course not.
Because the Giants suck. That's why. That's my thoughts on that.
Oh my God! What I mean, how are you going to come after the Giants on this show? Jared Stidham's your starting quarterback, so we'll see what happens over there. I mean, they'll probably
he'd take Danny Dimes and turn him into a nickel.
All right, fair enough. Go ahead, Luke. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I think the same like Icy. If the guy doesn't want to be there, then it's kind of tough. But I think the Jets do still got to do whatever they can to keep him. And hopefully the Jets do get rolling at some point before too long. And maybe we can right the ship with him on board because we need guys, we need talent like that. So
yeah,
let's see.
If I'm the owners of the Jets, I'm saying, Jamal, you want to get traded? Too fucking bad. Go play. Because why? Like, no, this is exactly the Kristaps Porzingis treatment. What happened? The next guy, Dennis Smith Jr., so chucking up shit. And I'm enough with these prima donna players making millions of dollars. Shout out to the MLBPA, those rats over there, those absolute rats who want all the money in the world and just can't shut up and play the sport that they love. Unbelievable. I didn't even want to bring it up today because we got an expert coming on tomorrow. But God, those MLBPA, unbelievable, didn't sign it today. Embarrassing. All right. So another thing that was embarrassing by me this weekend was we picked the horses. I said I was going to follow Francesa, and I didn't realize that Tiz the Law was the New York hero. He wins at Belmont. Thoughts?
You always got to go with the
I didn't watch any
hometown.
of the races, but I did gamble on them, and I lost a total of $10. So bad day on the apps.
You got to go
If
for
you
the
watch-
hometown kid, Coach.
If you watch the race,
something.
it looked like that horse had it locked up. He knew what he was doing, and that looked too easy. Probably should have known that one.
Go ahead, Ice.
I was just saying, you always got to go for the hometown kid.
Yeah, no, it's embarrassing.
Well,
Absolutely embarrassing.
Think about who you like. You like the Giants. You like the Yankees. You like the Rangers.
I didn't know. I
Liberty.
didn't know. I didn't know that he was the New York hero. This is my fault. I'll admit it right now. Absolutely disgusting by me. And Tiz the Law wins, and now we're hoping that he wins the next one. And the next one, he's throwing up the triple crowd side, and we'll get Tiz the Law shirts, I guess. They were up in Saratoga celebrating. Good for them. New York hero wins. I lost some money, but it is what it is. All right, let's get to something else no one cares about. We'll just have to give a shout out to Webb Simpson for winning at RBC Heritage. Nobody cares about golf, but they did put on a huge display of, honestly, a lot of people played really well. Bryson DeChambeau did not make the top 5, but we did have Webb Simpson, who played out of his mind. Abraham Answer, no idea who he is, but he can putt like a motherfucker. And then we have Daniel Berger, who won last week, and he got -20. So ridiculous scores there. I don't know if anybody cares about golf. I don't, but just had to throw it out there because it's the only sport playing.
I did eat a burger, and I watched a little bit of the golf. I bet on Hatton to win. I think he's British. He came very close. I think I got screwed on like the last 2 holes. So I'm done watching golf now.
Yeah, my only golf fun fact is I used to babysit for a family that lived next to Jim Furyk. So, that's where my allegiance lies. Tiger in 98.
I didn't watch any of the golf, but I'm going golfing in the morning, so maybe I can get out there, be on the tour next year.
Can you record some of your golf shots? Because we could like mix in some. I mean, I think honestly, right now, I'm clearing out the putting green. I'm going to start doing 1 putt a day. I'm going to wake up, have my coffee, do a little stretching, and do 1 putt like at 10 a.m. live. I think that's going to be my new thing because I don't know. There's no sports on. This is horrible. Let's get into one other thing because Icy and Luke are on. They are the heads of Chill Knicks. Shout out to the worst franchise in New York right now. Sorry. But they're on a coaching search right now. They have a huge list of names. Icy, I'm sending it over to you.
Yeah, so I think the most outrageous headline of for ESPN this weekend was when they were reviewing the Mavs assistant coach, and legitimately on the bottom line it said worked closely with Luka Doncic, and that's supposed to just grab New Yorkers because we're stupid and we just want headline names. Right now, I'm saying let's get Tibbs in there. Tibbs, proven winner, obviously huge hardo. Doesn't really know the whole load management game and just runs people into the ground. But whatever. He had those Bulls teams rolling. Also, Mike Brown, I would be fine with that. I don't know if he's actually coached in the last couple of years. It's kind of he's on the Warriors bench and they just kind of like mess around and smile and do the Steph Curry pregame shooting. And he probably hasn't had to do very much. But let's see what he's got. He's former coach of the year. Get him back out there. He's coached superstars. We don't have any superstars, but if we get one, at least he's got some experience coaching LeBron, in Cleveland and, coaching the Lakers.
Yeah, I also I'm a big Tibbs fan, so I think if the Knicks if that's an option and he wants to come to New York, then the Knicks should really jump all over that, and we should try to get him. And who knows? Let's see. Knicks have a couple. We have good young pieces, and see what we can build with him.
He kind of looks like the guy from Monsters Inc. Like a little bit when he's like.
Yeah, he does.
Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I want Patrick Ewing. I want Chris Duhon, actually. I really do. He didn't feel confident enough that he didn't want the job yet. But I am all in on Chris Duhon, Patrick Ewing, and honestly, the Knicks, and I'm sorry to say it, Icy, I don't want to just keep on railing on the New York Knicks, but they stink right now. Why not take a flyer on Becky Hammon? What's the worst thing that's going to happen?
Head coach or assistant?
Either. What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You know what the worst thing that's going to happen is that we're going to be more progressive and the players are going to want to actually be interested in the team because all they hear is that cover earmuffs, James Dolan is the worst. That's all the players hear. And when you start hearing that all the time, you might have to do I think Becky Hammon really can get it done. And, she was a New York Liberty player. I mean, Patrick Ewing is really the right answer because he's done it all, but it doesn't look like he's wants a job or something. I don't know. Something's going on there. And then my backup's Becky and then Chris Duhon.
Let's keep it house.
Knicks in a movie.
What's up?
Didn't Whoopi Goldberg coach the Knicks in a movie?
Yeah, it was called Eddie. One of my favorite movies ever. The center's name was Yvonne. Yvonne make basket. That's all he could say. Great flick. I would highly suggest it. And shout out to Girls Show. They're doing Movie Mondays. I'm not sure what the movie was, but shout out them because we're talking movies for a second. And let's get into it. Something weird happened this weekend. Chris D'Elia. There's some Chris D'Elia news. We have Comedy Chill on. We're talking comics. Mike, take it away.
So Chris D'Elia, he got a little too carried up in the fame. Girls love him. He's like a hot boy comedian. And a bunch of Snapchat and Facebook DMs came out in the last week from 16, 17-year-old chicks that he's been hitting up for years. James, I think you need to take this as a lesson. You're getting a little big time. Don't be hitting up girls in their DMs that are underage. It'll end the sports chill. No fire. But yeah, Chris D'Elia, you're canceled. He's done. He's lucky he made a lot of money because he's not working anymore.
No, it's obviously disgusting and all of that. But I did get a shout out to somebody. I'm not even going to shout out, but somebody did say to me, Jerry Seinfeld was doing the same exact stuff in the 90s, dating 17-year-olds, going out there. So obviously it's not okay. If they're 16, 17 years old, you Snapchatting them. You can't be reckless on the internet. You got millions of followers. I'm sure you can hook up with 22-year-olds. Divide by 2 plus 7 is always the safe way to go, in my estimation. And I did want to say one thing before we get into the top dad bods. There was a news found in Bubba Watson's garage, and obviously we don't fucking condone that shit. It's fucking embarrassing. NASCAR has to clean it up. There was a Confederate flag going on in the thing saying cancel NASCAR. Racism is real. Black Lives Matter. And, anybody out there that isn't disgusted with the display that happened to Bubba Wallace, there's the fucking door. There's the door. So I don't know if you guys have anything to say on that.
In the videotapes right now, they're going to find whoever put that in there.
I mean, I would be remiss not to mention that, it just is what it is. I mean, there's a lot of gray areas when it comes to politics now, but I mean, we can all get on the same basis of the BLM movement. Everybody is equal. Again, I don't know how many times I have to say it. People want me to say it day after day after day after day. And I agree. I just agree. I agree. So this is the latest thing. Obviously unacceptable. Good job by Bubba Wallace, like taking it on the forefront. And yeah, that's really it. I don't know. Anything else we have to say on that?
Couldn't agree more.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah, I mean, okay. Thank you. We're now doing the top five.
Top five.
Even though it's a top three, we're still keeping that cut in. Screw it. So I don't think we did an order, and Luke is on the show today, so he's not choosing today.
Yeah, I don't think I can choose the order.
I'm going to go with the order today is going to be Icy 1, Driscoll 2, Luke 3. I'll back clean up. So let's do top dad bods.
All right. It is an absolute honor to lead us off. I was begging that I could have the number one pick. This guy has been seen with every hot girl for the last 20 years. It doesn't matter. He looks like trash. He's just a brand name at this point. And this is what I aspire to be. This is who I want to be when I'm older. I want to be, TMZ to take photos of me, my gut hanging over my swimsuit in some random island with like 5 models. You know who that guy is? He's in the Titanic. His name's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. I mean, clearly that's a number one overall pick right there. Chalk, as people would say it.
That's Zion.
Yeah, that's Zion right there. All right, Driscoll, you're up.
I'm going to go with a guy that runs a very popular sports blog. You probably see him with a lot of attractive women as well, typically around a body of water. He's a very good-looking guy, usually has some facial hair. No, it's not David Portnoy. It's James Jimmy Randazzo.
Did I take off my shirt for the rest of the –
Take off your shirt. Yes.
Wow. Traps.
No nips. No nips.
Don't do it.
All right. Well, yeah, Luke, if you see any nips, monitor it. Because,
I'll put some. Yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah. It just got weird.
All right. So my first pick, not a guy that you would expect to hear on the dad bod list. Neither did I when I was doing my research. And then I did some research and I found a picture of this guy, very surprisingly looking like he's got pretty much of a dad bod. And that guy is Matthew McConaughey. I don't know if anybody's seen a picture of him with a dad bod, but he's got one.
Wow.
What was that face? What was that reaction?
I'm a McConaughey guy. I picture him as just shredded, but it's
I think
his choice.
He has every type of bod. It depends on the movie he's doing.
Depends on the dad.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah. All right. So I get 2 right here. I'm going to start with my favorite actor, Matt Damon. He is thick right now. No, he's basically an unstoppable force of nature, Matt Damon. And then I was gonna do something else. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna go with it. I'm going back to back buddies. I'm going with Damon, then Ben Affleck, locking it in.
Oh, your Boston choices. Wow, I like it.
my family's from up in Boston. I love them to death. You know, it's just the sports teams. I can't take them anymore.
All right, here we go. So my second pick, actually, I don't know if anybody knows this about me, but high school punter and kicker back in the day.
Wow.
I had to find a nice punter and kicker who played with a nice dad bod, and that guy is Sebastian Janikowski. He was out there with a dad bod.
Fair.
That ball.
Am I up?
Yep.
I'm going to go with Eli Manning. If you see him on the beach, he has a dad bod, and it's one of those real dad bods that's like, you can tell he has like a good 2 inches of fat over a nice, really nice looking bod, which is kind of the ideal dad bod. And I just know that if he was on my team with James Randazzo, those two dad bods right next to each other, chest bumping.
Pretty strong team.
Yeah, it would be, I want my picks to complement each other.
I like that. Back over to me. I'm just going to go with an absolute icon. This guy is shirtless in every single movie. He was once quoted saying, if you mean 9 years old and having a 33-year-old girlfriend's a troubled childhood, yes, I've had a troubled childhood. The guy is an all-time classic, staple, Will Ferrell. Always has his shirt off. And back to me. We're going to run it back. This is tough because I have so many people that I really want to include right now. I don't want to give them away because, somebody else might use them. But this guy, you have to have a balanced team. Like Driscoll said, people have to complement each other. We got Leo as a shooting guard. We got Will Ferrell up front. We need somebody to run the point. We got Danny DeVito running the point. Tremendous body. I mean, like, a scientist couldn't make that thing. It's just he's a sex symbol, Danny DeVito.
Oh, my pick is getting up. My final pick, very tough choice. I'm gonna pick someone that's post-mortem. Philip Seymour Hoffman. He's my favorite actor of all time. Had a perfectly round belly. If you just slam that into James Randazzo, one of them's gonna bounce off, and I think it's probably gonna be Randazzo. Philip Seymour Hoffman's my point guard. He's my shooting guard. He can fill in at center. He's like the Zion Williamson of dad bods.
All right, here we go. So my final pick. Yeah, final pick. This one might have an asterisk next to it because Icy actually already talked about it a little bit at one point. And NBA guy, and that guy's Nikola Jokic. I know that pictures have come out of him without that dad bod that he was playing with anymore. But until we actually see him out on the court in the NBA without a dad bod, then he's still on my list.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty great. I mean, you went sports through and through. So shout out to me for taking off my shirt. I wasn't ready for it, but I just started working out this week. And shout out to me. If you're working out, do all your workouts, but don't ever stop drinking beer and drink responsibly though. My last pick is somebody who looks a lot like me. I'm going to be going with Jack Black as my dad bod. I had the two buddies up there. I could have went with Vince Vaughn or Adam Sandler, but I felt like Jack Black is kind of my vibe kind of thing. So I'm going to stick with Jack Black. Final answer for the top dad bod.
Oh,
Great. I'm excited to see who the crowd votes for. I actually had Sandler, in my top four overall. But he slid. There were some character issues. There were some questions about him not taking his shirt off enough in movies.
Wow.
I wanted proven guys that you see day in, day out with no shirt on.
I'm surprised.
And what
you
about
didn't put Knicks on your list? Raymond Felton.
Yeah, true.
Avoid that.
Down on my list.
Very true.
That's pretty good. I forgot what I was going to say.
Zion Williamson, I think he's got a little bit of a dad bod.
Vin Diesel.
Zion, he's chonk. He's chonk.
I thought Luke was going to say Vin Diesel.
I didn't have Vin Diesel on the list. I also came up with my list minutes before for everybody who's watching.
That's fine. Don't let the haters will hate either way.
Listen, wasn't on my list. James Randazzo, my number one pick, wasn't on my list. right
Yeah.
there.
Sometimes you just got to be like Bill Belichick and really
My
get a
fire
first
alarm's going off here. My parents are cooking. Can you hear it?
thesportsshow.com. Fire, fire, fire.